Hey, what's up, guys? Today's episode, we will be discussing Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 5, Eastwatch.
On the Injustice Nerds podcast.
Hey, guys, this is Dominic.
And I'm Jacob Peterson.
And welcome to the Injustice Nerds podcast. So, great episode we had Sunday night, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it wasn't as explosive, pun very much intended, as the Spoils of War, but it still had a lot of juicy McNuggets of Westerosi goodness.
Yeah, it was a very good episode. I feel like every episode has basically improved on the last episode, but just to jump right in, we have Jaime and Bronn pulling out of the water after the surprise attack pulled by Daenerys and the Dothraki. We had... I'm really surprised that they kind of went off with that, because I thought they were going to get captured. I'm like, Bronn must be really strong to be able to pull Jaime in full armor and metal hand, you know.
And swim 600 to 1,000 yards.
Yeah, away, like all the way across the lake. I'm like, apparently underwater.
Yeah, there's...
you have to suspend your disbelief right there.
Yeah, well, that and the mass transit theory comes back in this episode because everyone's just hopping around Westeros.
To be fair, people are nitpicking that part, but I mean, they have to... We have literally 8 episodes left of the entire series of Game of Thrones. 8 episodes, that's it. So that's less than a normal season. So we have to start moving plots along. We have to get going where we need to get going, get the plot moving. So, you know, using that as a perfect transition, we see Jaime and Bronn basically narrowly escape, Drogon and Daenerys. And we have Jaime making it back to King's Landing to report that basically, they're screwed.
Yeah, he reports back to Cersei and in no simple terms say, yeah, we're not going to win this. So we're doomed.
Yep. And so with that happening, there's a lot of good things that kind of happen with Jaime and Cersei in this episode. A lot of juicy stuff. I mean, for starters, we see his first meeting with Cersei. It doesn't go over as well as he intended. He does drop the big bombshell that Elena was the one that poisoned Joffrey at the Purple Wedding, and also we also discuss and find out that, which I think she's lying, that she's pregnant.
Nope. The prophecy specifically said you were gonna have 3 kids. That does not mean she cannot get pregnant. Here's the thing that I think is gonna happen. She's gonna miscarriage, and that's gonna make her go bonkers, ballistic, bananas.
I don't think it's that at all. I think she's actually using this to control Jaime, because she knows that Jaime is conflicted in all this, and that she needs Jaime now more than ever to stay committed to House Lannister. I think she's using it as a manipulation tool.
Cersei has literally turned into the typical psycho girlfriend.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, she can make anything up. She can just say down the line, "Hey, I lost the baby," before she even starts showing.
Yes, or
before she would.
I think it might be a fusion of both theories. I feel like it's gonna be she is pregnant, and she is also using this to manipulate Jaime. But
my thing is, if she actually is pregnant, then there's no manipulation needed. To me, it's like then it's actually her telling the truth. Hey, we need you to step up because I'm actually pregnant. No, I'm telling you, I'm for real. Like, Cersei, I'm not going to put it behind Cersei, because she's done probably some of the most wicked and deplorable stuff in the show, and that's saying something.
Red Wedding being one of them.
So, but yeah, besides that, we also see Jaime and Tyrion meeting up, which is pretty cool to finally see them interact. I think this is the first time they've interacted since season 4, right?
Yeah, since Jaime helped break them out.
Mm-hmm. So, Jaime and him, you can tell Jaime's really mad at Tyrion, but he loves his brother. I mean, he's probably the only one at King's Landing that actually, and besides Bronn, that likes Tyrion.
Yeah.
But that's kind of moving on from that. another big thing, moving on to Dragonstone, Jorah Mormont's back. I love Jorah Mormont.
Yeah, Jorah's back. That was, and it seems like he's tiptoeing at the friend zone. Like he's slightly got like one foot out.
Daenerys is leading him on because you can tell she has eyes for Jon.
Yeah,
and it's,
obviously.
She's not going to gain anything from me with Jorah.
Yeah.
But just seeing him come back and see this symbolic like thing of her holding his hands and hugging him and like that, it's like so welcome to see like Jorah back in good graces with Daenerys and reunited with her. So then moving on from that, we have the big moment, kind of a lot of the big crucial info that we kind of hear about in the episode comes actually from the most unexpected place, which is with Samwell at the Citadel.
Jesus. Samwell does what every boyfriend does at some point. You're reading something, you're not paying attention. You're doing something, not paying attention, while your girlfriend says something really important that you probably should be listening to. Would you like to tell me what Gilly said to Sam?
The first bit is that we hear that she's reading off all these like non-crucial, useless information about one of the maesters, and then we move on, and she drops the hint that bomb. Because they used, remember, they kind of forged the name a little bit because it wasn't Rhaegar in the books. It was like it started with an R, but it was a way to because they had to keep it secret, and so they they tell you Rhaegar got his wedding or got his marriage to Olenna Martell.
But was it
like annulled, and he then remarried
somebody
Lyanna Stark.
else? Yeah.
She doesn't. We know that it's Lyanna Stark, but they don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
That he basically remarried her, which then completely, clarifies that Jon Snow
is not
actually
a bastard.
Yeah,
he's the legitimate born true heir to the friggin' Iron Throne. So there's that.
So that was a really cool bombshell. It wasn't as big of a cool moment as the season 6, Promise Me Ned scene, but with the Tower of Joy. But it was definitely
it was up there.
Like a lot of people didn't actually catch on to that who aren't huge Game of Thrones fans. Like you have to have been following it for a while. But so then we also, they dropped. We also have the note that comes in from Bran at that scene where all the maesters of the Citadel are talking, and they're going, we don't believe this could be a ploy from Daenerys to basically lead all the enemies away from the south to protect the north, and that's not the case at all. It actually is Bran telling the truth, saying,
and they don't believe him because,
right. Which one little thing though, I want to mention that, like, not because this is not to get off topic, but this was most people are nitpicking the time jumping, like where they're traveling so fast, kind of thing. I'm nitpicking the fact that we see Bran control all the ravens in the north to scout out over the wall. The Night King disbands the ravens with his look, and then of course Bran says, "Dispatch a raven," and I'm like, you are literally controlling all the ravens. You could literally mind control all the ravens to go to everywhere.
North, you dummy.
I'm like, what ravens are they gonna send? You just used all the ravens over the wall. I was like, which raven are you sending? So, anyways.
Gandalf the Eagles.
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings Eagles plot device. So then, that's pretty cool. And then we see Samwell kind of grow a pair and take off with all the crucial old scrolls and texts.
He said, "Screw this! I'm going back to the wall. Bye-bye."
He's gone. For the better, because I was kind of one of the weaker plot threads. I'm like, get Samwell in on the action, let him do something. But then we move on over to Ser Davos with Tyrion going to King's Landing and reuniting with a certain special...
Drum roll, please! Gendry is back, baby!
And he's not rowing anymore.
So that was...
God,
wait a minute. I thought you'd be rowing. The Game of Thrones winking at you from behind the camera.
Well, there's that and the fact that I'm like, I did kind of think it was funny that I'm like, shouldn't his arms be like swole? Shouldn't he be like the mountain-sized arms just from how much he's had to crank those paddles? But anyway, so we see that he's actually been hiding out in King's Landing as a smith. Yeah, and He's been creating weapons for
the Lannister
for
army,
the
right,
enemy,
right underneath Cersei's nose, which is exactly what Davos told him to do. Like, go back to the Street of Steel and just chill there. So
yeah. So I mean, that was a cool point, and so we see him leave and go off with Davos to the boat.
And he made a almost exact replica of his father's warhammer. There's also that.
Well, there's that. Would you think, okay, so really quick, because I want to ask your opinion. Gendry is the son of Robert Baratheon. Jon Snow is actually the trueborn son of Rhaegar
Targaryen.
So what would you consider, like, who do you think they consider more? Would you consider...
It wouldn't be it couldn't be the usurper's bastard son, because technically, he's not legalized yet. He's not.
Yeah, but let's just say, for the sake of sakes, John legalized him as a Baratheon.
I mean, it'd be John, because he is the legitimate heir to the Iron Throne. The only reason that Robert Baratheon became the king is because
he overthrew him.
Jaime killed
the
Mad King, and Robert Baratheon took the throne. I mean,
yeah, because there's a lot of like contention of like who would be more rightfully suited for that. But anyways, moving on over to Winterfell, there was they didn't have a lot take place there, but we see some contention.
The episode.
Yeah, we see a little bit of point of contention between Arya and Sansa. We can kind of see that they're being played against each other,
and the Lords of Winterfell are kind of
they're not so much that they're wishy-washy, but they need leadership. They want to know, now that they basically conquered, like took back over the north, they want to know, hey, what's our next move? We don't want to be just sitting around here at Winterfell. And Littlefinger, the more that Jon's away, the more Littlefinger has been plotting.
Yeah, he's been messing around.
So we see that he planted that note from
Season 1, when Sansa had to write it.
Yeah, to Robb, and so that was
Arya finds it.
Yeah, so I mean, we know Littlefinger. So Littlefinger's, I don't know. Do you think over or under 50 percent? Do you think Littlefinger bites it by the end of the season, or do you think he dies like next season?
80% season finale.
Season finale. That would be a pretty big death, because he's survived like this, and he's been around since the beginning.
He started the whole thing, so there's also that little nugget.
All right, so throwing it over back to Daenerys at the very beginning of the episode, we see basically you can make an argument saying that Dany is kind of almost taking on like a villainous role, because basically
kind of, but I mean at the same time
it's basically bend the knee or die, and I mean I can kind of understand that you can't really imprison these soldiers, because that's just a waste of your time and your effort to keep feeding these soldiers who you're imprisoning. So it's like either take them to your side or kill them. One of the two has to happen. And so,
the majority of them said, "I'll take the latter." And
I'd rather survive and just
bend the knee.
Right. Well, we've seen plenty of House Tarly and House. House Tyrell.
Tyrell's gone.
House Tyrell's gone, but remember they switched sides several times now. They were for the Lannisters and they weren't for the Lannisters. Blah blah blah. So, but then we see like a pivotal moment. We see Sam's father and brother, Randall and Dickon, like stand up, and they're like, "No thanks." And so, bye-bye. Dragonfire. They got Dracarys.
And that was pretty crazy. I mean, she's taking, like, she has a little bit of the Mad King in her, but she's not going to be the Mad King, which we will talk about why here in a minute.
Yeah, I think that I think the only one that wasn't really like the Mad King was Rhaegar. Yeah. Because he was kind and gentle and honest and had a lot of redeeming qualities, and then Viserys was
jerk.
He was. I was actually gonna say he's actually a bastard, not like in terms of like whatever, but he's bad.
Sorry for the kids watching.
Yeah, but
if there are any kids watching,
I doubt it. But and then there's what? And then Daenerys has had some moments where she's had to step up.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that, like, just seeing that scene with the Tarleys was actually pretty cool, because I mean Randall did exactly what he told Jaime. He's like, if I'm going out, I'm going out on my shield. Like,
yeah, I mean, what did he do? Because remember, he turned against Tyrell to work for the Lannisters, and he was promised, to be Warden of the South, wasn't it? Yeah, Warden of the South, and so that's not happening anymore. So now, moving on over, we see Daenerys return back from the battle. She lands at Dragonstone. John's brooding on the cliff as usual.
looking like Ned. Like
and we have probably one of the biggest moments in all of the season.
I freaked out when I was like, I was watching it with my parents, and I remember I was like, oh my god, he touched him, oh my god.
Well, it's because Drogon recognizes someone of Targaryen blood, like pure Targaryen blood.
He's like, you smell like her. I like you.
Which then, gets
Danny's
Danny's
like, whoa,
wait,
hello.
it's just like she's like the kids love him, so I mean.
No, she's basically every dog mom ever. Like, you go to the girl's house and
the dog likes you, you're in.
Like,
so
I mean, life's good.
So then we see a couple more crucial bits. We notice we have the kind of the callback to season 1 when remember how Ned and Robert were good friends and colleagues, and now both there's John's not really Ned's son, but a Stark for right now and a Baratheon.
Well, he technically, he
he
technically is part. Well, he is half Stark.
You're right. So, but you have that whole, dynamic. You have, and you kind of felt the bromance vibes coming off.
Bastard bros.
Yeah, they were. So that was really cool. And then.
But I just don't want to scoot over this. We also saw Tyrion and Varys talking in the throne room about how that Tyrion basically needs to counsel her better to make sure she doesn't become the Mad King.
I think with the help of Tyrion and with the help of Missandei being gentle and with Jon, I think she's not going to run into the same trap that the Mad King did. But I think it would be, she definitely needs to kind of chill on certain things and step up in other areas. But you can see she's kind of letting her guard down with Jon because she's really starting to draw, legitimate feelings for him and really, kind of doing things that she didn't normally do. Because at the very end, she has never had really anybody tell her no. And so we finally see, like with Jon, he goes, I have to leave to go take care of my people. Yeah. I'm a king, so deuces, honey.
Getting out of here.
And she's just like,
oh,
please, marry me now. Like, anyways, so finally we see Jon and Jorah and Gendry and Sir Davos leave to go to Eastwatch.
Because they figure out, they hatch this plan of, okay, Cersei's not going to believe us if we just tell her. So, why don't we just bring a dead man...
bring a white, yeah.
Bring a white to King's Landing. So
I mean, it's a really crazy sounding plan.
Yeah, it's insane. John...
well, we have to get them... They left. It was what? Jon, Jorah, and Gendry and Davos leave to Eastwatch.
Jon... No, I don't think... Did Davos go with them?
Davos went because, remember, Davos was at Eastwatch. But because when they get to Eastwatch,
but he didn't go.
No, he did. Okay, yeah, he doesn't go across the wall. But Davos is at Eastwatch with probably some free folk who's protecting Eastwatch. So then when they get there, we see that big meeting between Jon, Jorah, Tormund, which of course Tormund's like, "Where's the big lady?" I like that bit. Gendry, the Hound. And the Lords of Light,
the Brotherhood without banners.
The Brotherhood without banners.
Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I liked the bit between Jorah and Tormund. He's like, wait a minute, the last Lord Commander.
Yeah, the one that hunted us all down.
He's like, yeah, but if I remember correctly, you guys did the same thing in the Night's Watch. So...
Yeah, true. So. I mean, but it was so cool just seeing, probably some of the most BA characters in Game of Thrones. Like, some of our favorite characters from the entire series finally teaming up.
But sadly, they're gonna, some of them are gonna die.
At least half of them are gonna die. I'm preparing for that. But at least We know that I don't think it's going to be anyone super crucial. I think we'll lose the Brotherhood. I think we'll lose the Free Folk that are led by Tormund. But I feel like,
AKA the Red Shirts.
yeah, the
Star
Trek reference.
Star Trek fans, you know what I'm talking about.
But I think, John's safe, and I feel like Jorah's safe. I feel like the Hound's safe only because I think they're going to save him for a confrontation with the Mountain.
Zombie Mountain.
And then what is it? And then who's the other one? And then I think Gendry. I think it's like
Gendry,
I think
that he really 50-50.
I feel like Gendry just showing up and then like getting murdered after such a three season absence. I feel like that would be kind of wasteful, but I wouldn't put it past Game of Thrones because they've been doing stuff like that.
My prediction for this is I've been saying this all season. I think Jon's going to fall a second time, and Beric Dondarrion is going to give up his life to bring Jon back from the dead.
I don't see. So, I think that he might sacrifice himself so that Jon doesn't get killed. I don't think that. I don't think the writers are going to kill Jon again. Like I feel like that's a bit of a.
Man, well, I mean, I feel
because then the weight's gone because you know that like okay, you already killed him once. I'm like you're not going to feel anything by him dying again.
Yeah.
You're not going to feel that weight. So we kind of see all that. They're off to capture the White, and that's the episode. So
next week is going to be a lot of fun. This next episode is this season's episode 8. Like this is the big one.
No, the episode 9. You're thinking that
episode 4. Sorry.
And
but
so
this is going to be.
It's gonna be great.
Oh my goodness!
It's gonna be so
good. This better be like they better have like just 5 minutes of exposition for like all the other storylines. The rest of the episode better be them taking on the Whites.
And lastly, they did confirm that the final episode is going to be 81 minutes long. So
we're watching a feature-length film, people.
So
hope
that's
you're ready.
Great. So that's our breakdown of the Eastwatch episode. We hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, I'm Dominic.
I'm Jacob. See you later, you sweaty little nerds.
Peace out, guys.